Welcome to the State Farm Postgame Show.
All right, ready to wrap up our early game coverage here in Week 8. Welcome to the State Farm Postgame Show. How about we get you a couple of highlights, courtesy of Mr. Bradshaw.
All right, here I am right next to you. A.J. Brown, fine wide receiver for the Eagles, out of this game against the Giants with a full hamstring. Jalen Hurts, 4 touchdown passes on the day. Saquon Barkley, after converting on the 4th down, he takes this in from 9 yards out, 14-7 Philly. And then Jackson Dart throws to Cam Scatterby out of the backfield. Up high, elevates, comes down on his ankle, carted off. Very severe injury, folks, but at the point it was 14-7. Then Hurts finally, the tight end, Goddard, his 2nd touchdown on the day. It's all Eagles 31-13, then Hurts to Joe Dotson on the 40. What's your scrap? Up, out, there you go, out muscle, takes it in from 40 yards out. It's 38-20, Philadelphia on top of the visiting New York Giants.
So they get revenge from that loss 2 weeks ago and win their 2nd straight. 38-20 the final. 260-plus yards rushing for the Eagles, including 150 by Saquon Barkley, who spoke with Aaron Andrews moments ago.
Well, Saquon Barkley had a day today, but first off, we got to ask you about your injury. How you doing?
I'm good. We had a good lead, they kind of sat me down a little bit, but the beauty of that, we got to see the young guys, Ship and Tank, go out there, and they play well, and especially Tank. He made some big plays for us, so super proud of him and happy for him because the work he put in, and he finally got opportunity to show. And in this league, when you go out there and make plays, you're going to get more opportunities.
Yeah, I know you weren't happy about being taken out, but I know everybody was happy to see your day today. I feel like for 7 weeks, you've been asked the questions, what's going on with the run game? We saw you run for a touchdown, catch a touchdown. What was working, Saquon?
It always starts up front. The O-line did a really good job of dominating the line of scrimmage and never get caught up in what everyone's saying on the outside. I know I had to answer questions about it. I knew the same player I was last year is still here, but I just continue to stick to my routine, continue to fall in love with the process, and at some point we knew it was going to crack, and now we got to build on that. The week before we threw for over 300 yards, and now we rushed for almost 300 yards, and now we got to continue to find a balance. So bye week, heal up, get away from each other a little bit. That's always a good thing. But then when we come back, we gotta get rolling.
Yeah, you said the run game is close, and it was today. What is the media even going to ask you about now? What are they going to bother you about next?
They'll find something.
I know.
They'll find something, but they're doing their job. Only thing that matters is the focus that we have in the locker room and the love we have for each other in the locker room, and we're going to keep getting better.
You're the best. Enjoy the bye week.
Thank you.
Well, they find a way to roll into the bye. 277 yards rushing, 428 total yards, 4 touchdown passes for their quarterback Jalen Hurts with no turnovers as well. And Hurts is the LFG player of the game, speaking with Tom Brady afterwards.
Jalen, congratulations, LFG player of the game. 4 touchdown performance by you, and you were missing your top wideout, A.J. Brown. How do you feel about the other guys and how they stepped up? Dotson, obviously Goddard and Devontae in the pass game today for you.
Yeah, well, I think more importantly, we were able to run the ball, almost running for about 300 yards. That allowed us to play efficient in the pass game. We still got things out there that we want to take advantage of and play a little cleaner, but those guys stepped up in a big way. Jahan has a hell of a catch to kind of put a dagger in the game. Smitty taking advantage of his opportunities. Those guys just being in the right spots and doing what we prepared to do. So a lot of love for those guys for the way they prepared for this week.
Yeah, and you've had great chemistry with all those guys, and you're finding your one-on-one matchups. You could just deal and play point guard. In a game, you played them in week 6, 2 weeks ago. In the Meadowlands, game didn't go the way you wanted. Today, completely dominant performance. Is that what you guys expected?
Yeah, well, we wanted to come out here and play our brand of football, and that looks different from week to week, but, as well as anyone, it's about winning. And so coming out here being efficient, tried to stay ahead of the sticks, capitalize in situational football, win that, and then be good on 3rd down. And so everybody did a really good job today, and we just want to continue to improve off of that.
Yeah, you certainly know how to win, that's for sure. And even when everyone, coming off 2 losses and you guys go to Denver, two tough losses, you guys come back and won in Minnesota last week, and today people think, oh, they're struggling, but you're like, no, we ain't struggling. 6-2 going to the bye week. What kind of confidence does that give you guys?
Well, I like it that way. I like it that way.
Yeah.
I just smile and accept the challenge that comes. And got a great team. We got a great team. We got great guys with great competitive character. And we just want to continue to build.
Yeah, well, you're doing it, man. Congratulations. Enjoy the bye week, and we will see you down the road.
There we go.
Thanks.
All right, and so on the season, Jalen Hurts, 15 touchdown passes, only 1 interception. But Charles Woods, who joins us on the State Farm postgame for the first time. Charles, you take a look at this, and Jalen hit on it. Yeah, he had the big game passing, but it was the running game that really made a difference today.
Well, that's the thing that they knew that they had to get going. I mean, this morning I talked about, being conflicted about what was going to happen in this game today. No A.J. Brown, the center was down. But the thing about these Eagles, man, they just find a way to win. And when one of your stars is down, then, of course, other guys got to step up. Devontae Smith stepped up, had a big day. And then when you can get your horse rolling, when you can get Saquon Barkley, give him the creases that he needs to make the big, tough runs, he's going to do that. And he had a day, his best day of the season so far.
And I think the Giants are going to have to find, Lou Scatterboot, going to find, that energy that he brought to the team. And defensively today, didn't do a good job at all stopping the ball. I got to say, probably one of the worst officiated games we've seen all season. Not even as a Giants fan saying that, but it was just some calls in that game. I see you rolling your eyes. I don't care. I don't care. I got to share the honest opinion. The Giants are not.
Can analysts get fined for?
No, analysts get fined. I don't know. But if you want to fine me, go ahead and fine me. I don't care. I'm here for fun anyway. I don't get paid to do this job. But
that's news.
Let me have your
Shut up, everybody. I will say this.
Rolling by now.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Giants replace Scatterboot. The energy he brings, the toughness he brings. Dart needs guys to step up and make plays, and we're going to find out who those guys are and if they're going to be able to step up. But defensively, they definitely have to play better because it looked like at one point they lost hope in this game. The tackling was atrocious towards the end of the game. You're going to have to really step up when it comes time to step up.
Yeah, getting back to Philadelphia, the guys that step in, you forget about Goddard. This kid Bigsby comes in. He has over 100 yards. And Saquon talked about him getting the opportunity. 6 offensive linemen, them mixing it up. Screen game, Saquon as a receiver. He had a touchdown reception. The defense is a totally different defense with Carter in there and Mitchell in there at the corner. It's a different group. I thought they did a much better job of understanding this quarterback and what
did a great job.
The challenge that he presents from pulling it down and going. It's something that the Eagles, I think, have struggled with. They struggle with it with Washington. They struggle with it with other teams that have mobile quarterbacks. It's something they've needed to address.
You never can underestimate what happened to the Giants last week, giving up 33 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, you sit back and you look at this game and say, why could they run this week, but 2 weeks ago in New York they couldn't? But I go back just to last week. Confidence is a monster, man. It's like the 13th person and 12th man in the huddle with you when you have that kind of confidence. And losing like they lost in Denver, you don't know the impact that has on a player's psyche. They didn't look as good today.
On the coaches too. You saw it at the end of the game.
Yeah, well, tough comeback last week, but then also to lose Scatterboot the way that you lost him. I mean, that weighs on you.
Let me ask you this about Philadelphia here, and not to get into the reality TV aspect of it, but this was as balanced as we've seen them offensively all year. Is it just a coincidence that this was the game without A.J. Brown?
No.
I think they had to be.
Yeah.
I think they had to be. And Goddard is another guy that steps in.
I want my guys.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you would have asked them, this was balanced, you think you could do without A.J. Brown?
No.
I think you 10 out of 10 are going to say, are you out of your mind?
That's
the guy's one of the best receivers in the league. He's too big. He's too strong. He's too fast. No one can play with him. And when they need him to show up, when everybody's saying A.J. Brown hasn't caught a ball, then A.J. Brown said, okay, let me show you what I can do. And every time they throw it, he catches every one. He makes the big plays. He does everything Philadelphia needs him to do.
You know
if you don't want him, send him up that turnpike. We'll take him right to New York.
I think that team listens to the media more than any other team in the league. Because we talk about them every week, and then whatever we talk about, they end up going out there and executing what we say they can't do.
One, they're the Super Bowl champions, and two, it's Philadelphia, and they have colorful players. And I think Saquon getting off early in the run game, they went with the sixth offensive lineman. They ran the cutback play. And really, it wasn't a design cutback play, but just him taking that he sees that backside sealed in. Michael was screaming at the linebacker for not getting outside into his gap, and he's probably right. But, you know, when you're looking at an overloaded formation, it's a half a step one way and you're done. And Saquon has won as a runner and as a receiver today, and it set them up. When they're at their best offensively, they're running the football.
You hit it right
and they don't and don't forget that when they saw Dart the first time, the last time they saw him was the only time. Now they got a little film on him, a little tape, and they kind of, you know, they're going to see him a lot over the next few years. But playing him 2 times, yeah, that helped a lot.
All right, so the Eagles get the win. They go to 6-2. San Francisco trying to get there, facing the Houston Texans.
Mac Jones coming out to play. Purdy is still out, the starting quarterback. Jones right down the middle, finding his tight end, George Kittle, who in 2019 coined the phrase, you know, tight end day. So tight ends all over the league were playing great today. C.J. Stroud finding Hutchinson on a deep end route. Good speed by the young man, going 30 yards for the touchdown. This game got a little bit close in the fourth quarter, but Houston hung on to win 26-15.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud having his best day of the season, 318 yards and 2 touchdowns, and a conversation with Allison Williams.
CJ, after last week, everybody was asking what's wrong with Houston's offense, but you told us you guys were good and you were confident. What allowed for this team to put up 475 yards of total offense today?
Yeah, first I just want to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and without him I'm nothing. I'm a broken, wretched, sinful man, and he saved me time and time again, and I just put my confidence in him. Whenever I lack self-confidence, I have God confidence. So, but today, man, we knew what we had to do. We knew what we did last week wasn't good enough, and really we just had faith. It's easy to have faith when it's easy, but when it's hard and it gets tested, you get punched in the mouth. Like, and that happens in this league all the time. What are you gonna do? So we had hard conversations. Coaches were hard on us. We were hard on the coaches. We got things fixed, and we got to just keep this rolling.
This Houston defense has been so special for you guys this year. How good did it feel to go out and give them some offensive support today?
Yeah, I think they barely played. Like, the time of possession was a big difference. And that's how we always want to play. Complimentary football, three phases. So I think our defense has been playing great. Now it's just we got to put points on the board. And today we were able to do that, and that's always a recipe for success.
CJ, thanks for the time.
Thank you. God bless you.
You look, and I think duly noted, you know, and he expresses appreciation for the Houston defense because they are amazing. And, you know, not a lot of people know across the country know about Cleveland and Houston. They play great defense. The offenses have really struggled. Here's a quarterback in Stroud that, you know, had such a big year a couple of years ago. And for whatever reason, and we talked about it, we said, you know, what's the problem down there? It's the offensive line. It's the lack of run game. It's the injuries at receiver. It's kind of a turnover on offense, and they just haven't been. He hasn't been able to kind of regroup and gather that group up and say, look, we're going to be a better offense, because he can't do it by himself. Yeah. You know, he needs help.
He needs help. He needs a big. Does he have a big play receiver?
No.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that lends itself a lot to some of the drop off that I think he's had from his first year there. But today, to go up against San Francisco, as we were talking about, one of the hottest teams. I know defense. They're winning, and yeah, they're winning without their quarterback, and they're winning without other players. But San Francisco came in pretty hot, and to see Houston to stand up and play defense as well as they did today, and offensively get on track was really impressive.
Charles, injuries catching up to them now? Or in this game?
Yeah, I think it hurt them today, but I think the most important thing is watching Houston last week. I wouldn't have expected that they would have played the way they did today.
Yep.
C.J. Stroud with the 318 yards passing, he didn't get sacked one time today. Last week he was under duress the whole game, throwing the ball out of bounds, trying to, throwing it at the feet of, receivers because he had no time.
He's been doing that for a while.
Yeah, so for those guys to come out today and to play a dominant football game, and, of course, the defense coming out and playing the way that they have been known to play, that was a good little bounce-back win for Houston.
All right, talk about quarterbacks when we continue here on the State Farm postgame show. Playing without Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, the Ravens lead on Derrick Henry to get back into the win column. And the Bills in the skid of their own behind a big day from James Cook and their defense. We'll have those highlights when we come back with more of the State Farm post-game show. And speaking of the Bills, we will speak to the Big Bill on the other side. Josh Allen with Pam Oliver. And we'll take you inside some of the winning locker rooms where the celebration's just getting started in Philly. All right, the World Series comes to Los Angeles tomorrow as the Dodgers even things up last night behind another complete game from Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Game 3 is tomorrow right here on Fox. Much more coming your way here on the State Farm Postgame Show. Let's check in on the Buffalo Bills trying to end a 2-game losing streak, taking on Carolina, who'd won 3 in a row.
James Cook, Bills, well, they're trying to get their ground game going. Well, I think they did a pretty good job of that today. Howie and Michael, straight up the middle, a 20-yard sprint by Cook, hit over 150, actually 153 yards, more than that, 200-something yards.
216 yards rushing.
There you go. Kick in there anytime, Kurt. Nice job. 40-9. All Bills over the Carolina Panthers. A hot Carolina Panthers.
All right, so not only did James Cook have 216 rushing, the quarterback, Josh Allen, had 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 through the air, and a conversation with Pam Oliver.
Josh, I think I know where you want to start, and that's with the dynamic James Cook. Tell me what you think about his performance today and how much that really buoyed the offense today.
James is awesome. I mean, he ran the ball extremely well today. It's what he's been doing all season long. He just continues to get better and better. Our line played a heck of a game today. I'm not gonna lie, I played terrible in that first half, but found a way to get it done, and 5-2.
What led to that terrible first half?
I think I was just being a little too maybe eager at the beginning, trying to force a couple of things, but again, just getting back to trusting my teammates and the 10 guys on the field with me, and obviously having James Cook's help.
Tell me how you build on this victory here today. Just some of the things you guys wanted to clean up coming out of that bye.
Yeah, I think obviously our defense played so good today too. We played some complimentary football. They gave us some short fields. That second half is really what we want to be. That's who we are. Run the ball, some play action. Khalil Shakur getting the ball in his hands too. So we're going to keep growing.
Your grandma wanted to see more smiles from you. Did you manage a couple at some point during the game?
Yeah, I had a few smiles today. Just trying to play a little more loose. I think early in that first half, not too much to smile about on my end, but we'll get there.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Go Bills.
All right.
I mean, you see Josh Allen there, and I mean, he rushed for 2 touchdowns, like you said, Kurt, threw 1 in the air. It's the second team ever with a 200-yard rusher and a quarterback who rushed for 2 touchdowns. But today, they didn't really need to lean on Josh Allen. They just put it in the hands of James Cook. I mean, ran for 216 yards, 2 touchdowns of his own, and then you have a defense that goes out and gets 7 sacks. I mean, they went to Carolina. Carolina's the hot team, but Andy Dalton obviously is not young, as we can see right now. And I think this lets everybody see. I know Young didn't start out his career as well as you hoped that he would there in Carolina, but he has picked it up. But you can see how important he is to this team right now, because they are not the same offense without him. But 7 sacks by the defense and a run game like that, that's kind of hard to stop.
Yeah, they kind of got a couple of defenders back, which I think is a big key. They really struggled on defense. And, you keep hearing the same thing. Usually you build your team to win your division. They from what you hear, they're built to play Kansas City. Well, you got to get to Kansas City. And
Kansas City got to come to you if you play well enough.
Right now, New England is tops in the division, and it doesn't look like they're going anywhere. And it's kind of I think it's a little bit of a shock to the system. So the Bills have got to get it together, and they've got to, continue.
They will.
Yeah.
Speaking of New England,
I was going to say I didn't want to give the Bills any credit this morning for being I think they were 7-0, 8-0 after the bye.
8-0.
8-0. And so all I looked at was the fact that Carolina could run the ball really well and Buffalo couldn't run the ball very well. But what I liked about this game more so for me than James Cook running for 216 was that Josh only had to run it 3 times for 7 yards. I don't want my quarterback to have to be the leading rusher on my team the way he does a lot of times, has to play hero ball.
Doesn't have a long shelf life.
Matters into you know
Keeps
what I'm saying? Keeps him healthy. So I like the 3 rushes for 7 yards. That's the most important.
I'm sure they like it that Mitch Trubisky got in the game. That means they took Josh Allen out early.
Exactly. Well, as Howie mentioned, they are still chasing the New England Patriots. Look, Myles Garrett had a dominant performance today, but his team still got blown out.
Myles Garrett, the bad man. There he is, Drake May looking back. Whoop. Myles Garrett coming inside. 10-yard sack right there. 5 sacks on the day. Howie, my partner right here to my left, had 5 sacks in a game against Washington a long time ago, right, Howie? And then there's Hunter Henry on a 7-yard touchdown reception. 3 touchdowns on the day for May as New England, slow in the first half, got it going in the second, 32-13 over Cleveland.
Yeah, big day for Drake May. You see the numbers there. 3 touchdowns, just under 300 yards passing. After the game, he spoke with Chris Myers.
Drake May, 3 touchdown passes in that third quarter as the Patriots pulled away and continue the win streak. Drake, maybe just talk about how this team has come together, your role in it, and why it's working so well.
Yeah, I think we love, we love each other. We love playing for each other. We're playing together. We still got to put together a complete game. But how about our defense today? They showed out. They showed up, and we helped them a little bit in the third quarter, but they really put it on, and just thank the good Lord for another win, and got to go back at it next week.
Well, you guys all put it on, Drake, and you were incredible today. But tell me a little bit about Mike Vrabel and the connection, the relationship he has built with you guys in setting up this amazing culture early in the season.
Yeah, he brings that tenacity. Since day one, since that first team meeting as the head coach, he's brought it, and he continues to bring it every week. We love playing for him. He cares about us. He's hard on us, but we enjoy it.
And again, 75 completion percentage, your numbers today. Keep that rolling. Thanks for your time. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, guys. Go Pats.
Yeah, this was the tale of 2 halves. You think about that first half and Myles Garrett and what he was able to do. 3 sacks in the first half. He's the most sacks under 30. He passes Reggie White. But you know what? Drake May, he didn't flinch. Comes out in the second half, and this team just dominated. And the thing you like about the Patriots is that they beat the teams they're supposed to beat. It was tight, the first half, 9-7. But once they got settled in, they understood what the Browns were doing. Drake May and his team went off. Very efficient game, 18 for 24, 282 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's a really good game, for a young quarterback. Stay poised. He doesn't get rattled, at all. Yep.
Well, I think it was, I think with Patriots impressive. That was a little bit of a mess when Mike Vrabel came in there to coach. But it's showing that maybe he was the right guy for the job, because this team has completely turned it around, and just the way that they're playing, their attitude, their energy, and all those different things. But you do have to protect your quarterback better than that. 6 sacks, and Myles Garrett is my favorite defensive lineman to watch. I think physically, his way he plays the game, there is no one like him. If I were built like him, man, I'd still be out there playing. This guy's built like
You'd be doing your press conferences with no shirt on.
Yeah, I'm not far off from him, Howie. I'm just saying, if I had a little bit more. Right? I'm not far. Man, I ripped this suit off. Y'all be
You make tearaway suits now?
Getting 1 sack in the game, 2 sacks in the game, 3 sacks in the game, but to get 5 sacks in the game when you're the man, when they know they have to double you.
You ever had 5 sacks as big guy?
No,
I didn't think so.
3.
Howie had 5.
Yeah, but when they know you're the man, they know you're coming, they double team, you're doing everything, you still get 5 sacks. There's nothing.
Howie got 5 sacks.
Listen, I believe Howie could still play, but I don't know about you, Mike.
No, I agree. Howie could play.
83 Washington?
No, Mike's soft
Was it a scrimmage or the real game?
Too small now.
You call it what you want.
Whatever you want to call it.
I got paid for that.
Look at the defense we have up here. Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer. This defense ain't too shabby in its own right.
Right here, you're Hall of Famer too, baby.
But he's not on defense. That's all I was saying.
Hey, and your legs are gone too, sir.
Listen, what's impressive?
Middle school Hall of Famer. We saw the film, baby. You were balling. That knee injury pulled you back.
Hey, speaking of balling, how about the Baltimore Ravens? They needed to after this 1-5 start.
Moving right along. The great quarterback Lamar Jackson. It's just amazing. Last year, 41 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and was an MVP in the league. That's a shocker. His replacement, finally, Kolar in the flat for 10 yards touchdown. Derrick Henry passes Walter Payton for 5th all-time touchdown record in the National Football League, going back to the outside, a 2-yarder, and a 2nd on the day. Baltimore, this is the game everyone said this was their game. They had to win this game or their season would be over. 30-16 Baltimore over Chicago. Well, another team where I didn't write them off, but Howie did. I don't know why Howie's like that. Tua Tagovailoa finding Waddle. There's the end route. End route's just a vertical horizontal route as opposed to a crossing route. 43-yard touchdown, 34-10. Miami impressive over Atlanta. Then Joe Flacco. Keep it going, Joe. Hooking up. Finding. There's his man, Brown, right down the middle. 19-yard touchdown. Cincinnati off and rolling. 24-10 over the Jets. But Breece Hall had a huge day. Wanted to throw it, pulled it back, then finds his tight end. National Tight Ends Day. What a nice job by Taylor. 4-yard score.
Congratulations, Aaron Glenn.
The Jets get their first win. Aaron Glenn, congratulations. 39-38. Jets
were down 15 points going in the fourth quarter and came back and won. Our moment of the day, brought to you by State Farm, goes to James Cook. 216 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns in Buffalo's dominant performance in Carolina. All right, you take a look here. We talked about it so much in the pregame show. Even without Lamar Jackson, Howie, Baltimore's season probably came down to today, and they were facing a Bears team that had won 4 straight, but it was all Baltimore pretty much.
This was the game. Michael talked about it. This is the game that I think they had to win. I think it was a kind of a, if the season was going to be salvageable, the schedule gets, I think, easier over the next few games. They got a number of defenders back. I think Ricard being back is a big part of that. And I think getting under center, getting an I formation, some of those kind of creative backfield sets and pounding the football is important. And I think it sets up their play action pass. It's less Lamar taking off and putting too much on his shoulders. Those play action reads are a lot easier to deal with when you're facing a loaded up box and people are committing to the run and you pull it out and you throw the football. It's much easier that way, Terry, wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah, if you can listen, I've came from an offense in the NFL where it was 60-70% run.
Yeah.
And if you run, everybody's going to play up there tight, and you can do play action, and that's what they're doing here. When Lamar's playing, they throw a little bit more, but he scrambles so much and adds so much rushing yardage to their offense. Today, I just thought they got Henry going. Their defense was outstanding. Third down was good for them. Third down on defense was great for Baltimore, and they won a game they needed to win against the Bears team that came in.
But you just hope it's not too late. Because you see what happened in San Francisco. Mac Jones comes in for Purdy. Holding on, winning games, keeping them close.
4-1 with him.
Yeah, but here in Baltimore, that has not been the case. Today they showed up. They win the game. It's big. And now they had that quick turnaround to Thursday, and they hope Lamar will be out there then. But it's almost like you got to hold on till you get your star back. And I think that getting Lamar Jackson back on Thursday, that's going to be a big deal. Going against the Miami team that looked like they were in the dump and then had a big game today.
That's the thing about this league, man. You look good one week and the next week, who knows what's going on, man.
That's across the league.
Yeah, but I mean, I got to give
about
credit.
The Jets today.
Yeah.
The Jets had 500 yards of offense.
Hey, baby.
And we're down 15 points in the fourth quarter.
Who's that owner going to call out this week?
It worked for them last week.
That quarterback played out.
He's going to call out the Bengals.
Yeah.
It worked as they get their first win of the season. I'm sure they are celebrating inside their locker room. We'll get to some of the victorious locker rooms here in Week 8 as we continue here on the State Farm postgame show. Don't you dare go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. All right, don't forget, coming up next, Erin Andrews and Ken Jeong have TV's #1 new game show, 99 to Beat. The $1 million prize pushes everyone to the brink. 99 to Beat is next, and it's only here on Fox. All right, the early games have wrapped up here. Buffalo getting back to their winning ways. Sean McDermott 8-0 after a bye, and he starts off our locker room celebrations.
Full team effort. When we talk about running the football, right? Full team effort. Throwing the football, full team effort. Stopping the run, full team effort. Stopping the pass, full team effort. Special teams, no different, man. That is complementary football. That's what we've been looking for, right? That is huge, man. I'm so proud of you guys. Going back to how we got there, the way you handled this week, same thing every week. Start humble, hungry, putting in the work, and then you come out here with the damn attitude. Right? That edge, that's important.
Hey, keep bringing it every week, man. Love y'all, boys, man. Keep it up, man. Keep going next week. Another one at home, man. Hey, pass me, 1, 2, 3. Pass!
Who cares what people say, bro? It never matters. We on the field, bro. It don't matter what nobody say, man. Keep the confidence, keep the faith. It's easy to have faith when it's easy. It's easy to have faith when it's easy. Now, y'all boys have faith when it was hard, man. And we been out there, we beat a good team, man. So let's keep on doing that. Let's keep stacking, let's keep rolling. Love y'all boys. Bring it up, baby. Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Family. And I think the difference between their rushing and our rushing was 220 yards.
Yeah.
So So we wanted to play physical. We wanted to come out and show our brand of football. That will open up everything, but that's my favorite way to win because that's defeating, and you're going to have their heads down for a long time on that. Great job.
All right, so the Eagles bounce back. I want to get your final thoughts of the day. And since this is your first post-game show, Charles, you get to go first.
First one, yeah, my thoughts, man. Mike Vrabel is just what the doctor ordered in New England. And this Drake May and the Patriots team, they're the real deal. I put Julian on the spot a couple weeks ago and said, hey, who's going to win that division? He said, oh, the Patriots are going to win it. And you know what? I'm jumping on the bandwagon as well. Drake May doesn't get rattled. This defense is really good at stopping the runs. Quinshon Judkins came in after 3 touchdown performance last week. Today, 9 rushes for 19 yards, so they're really good at stopping the run, things that you really need to do once you get into the playoffs and those sorts of things. So I'm jumping on that Patriots bandwagon to win that NFC East.
My thoughts of the day is that Charles Woodson has done a great job, first of all. You really have.
Yeah, well,
anything about Kurt?
Very well done.
Anything about Kurt?
Kurt always does a great job. Kurt's Mr. Consistent.
That's not
here.
what I was thinking.
You know,
Me either.
I don't know what you're thinking, but you're hogging up my time. Leave me alone.
Exactly.
Oh, you know, Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. I mean, so much has been made about Josh Allen and Buffalo Bills, but today was all about James Cook, about the running game. And to me, in order to win that division, especially when it's winter times in Buffalo, you're in Kansas City, wherever you are, you have to be able to run the ball. That establishes everything. So for them to run the ball the way that they did today, and also for the defense to play as well as they did today, if they can have that type of consistency, the rest of the season, Buffalo is a hard out.
Philadelphia, I think, getting the run game going again, obviously, they've been trying to do it all year for whatever reason. You know, there's a slew of offensive, whether it's the center, the left guard's down, the right guard's a replacement guy from last year's right guard. It's impacted tackles. I think going to the 6 offensive linemen at times, getting under center more. I think maybe getting healthy in that group. And I think Bigsby contributing today, I think, was big. Saquon maybe I strained something, pulled something. To have a guy like that come in and give you 100 yards plus is big. And maybe they get Dean back. You know, the edge has been something on defense that they've lacked. They just have no defensive end, outside presence in the rush game.
Yeah, I tell you say Bigsby, the running back that came in for Saquon, man, that offensive line had to be doing a great job because one goes out, one comes in, they just keep on going. Hats off to them. I'm just going to go right to Justin Fields, the quarterback for the Jets, with Woody Johnson, the meddling owner of the Jets. Couldn't wait to stick his mouth out this week and call out the quarterback. And I'm so happy. I hate it when people do that, especially owners. Just be an owner and leave these guys alone. But Justin, hell of a job, young man. Way to shut him up. Now, unfortunately, since he called you out, he might call you out again. I don't know.
It worked.
If you can handle it, fine. But I don't like an owner to do that. Woody, don't be doing that anymore.
Already enough pressure on him.
Yeah,
in New York
no kidding. You kidding me?
Well, they get their first win, nonetheless, first win under new head coach Aaron Glenn. We'll see you next Sunday to get you all kicked off for Week 9. Don't forget that tomorrow it's Game 3 of the World Series right here on Fox. Blue Jays and Dodgers from Los Angeles.
You be here next week, Kurt?
I'll be here.
Okay. All right.
Pull the real Kirby.
Yeah. Here's your play of the day, brought to you by Chevy.
Here is Barkley, left side, big hole. Saquon Barkley. Uh-oh! Barkley, goodbye!
Fox Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. For NFL news and highlights, go to NFL.com.